Well, hi, tubers and tubettes. It's Paul, and I am back with my friend Ann. Now, a lot of you guys really were screaming for another interview with my friend Ann here, and I got a lot of nice comments, or Ann got a lot of nice comments, because she's so pretty.
Wow, thank you.
And she's not, she made a comment on the last video that we did together that about money and how it really doesn't have that big of an importance to it. So anyway, this is one of the last days here at the compound with the couch. And so May had some people over today, and we've done a number of videos. And we couldn't leave today without following up with part 2 with Ann. Now, if you didn't see part 1, you're going to need to watch it because we're not going to review it all. But what we are going to talk about, Ann and I had some time outside. We were just sort of chit-chatting. And I want to have Ann, I'm going to tell you a little bit about Ann. And then I'm going to let her tell you in her own words. But just to kind of move it forward, I'm going to just kind of repeat some of the information that we just shared. It turns out that Ann, who, if you watch the first video, is kind of like a dive instructor. She's very athletic. She does a lot of things with snorkeling and scuba, and she did motocross. And I was always kind of confused about the motocross thing and never dove into it before, but just 5 minutes ago we were outside talking, and it turns out that her family was involved in the motocross business. However, Ann did not grow up or was not raised with her biological mother and father. She was actually raised by her grandmother. Is that correct?
Yes.
And then there was another little tidbit that I was not aware of at all. But you were born deformed. You were born without the ability to walk. Is that correct?
Yes.
You were born disabled.
Yes.
And so, let me just, my battery's running low, so that was just a notification. That being said, I'd like you maybe to review with them. We won't get into your mother-father family dynamics. It's not important.
Yes.
But you were raised by your grandmother, and you were unable to even walk until you were 3 years old.
Yes.
You crawled.
Yeah.
And I think you said like a pig or something like that when we were talking about it.
Yeah.
So you were born with this really huge challenge. Number one, there was kind of a dysfunctionality within the original family.
Yeah.
Number two, you were being raised by your grandmother.
Yes.
Number three, you were born with this very tough handicap of not being able to have the use of your legs. And then other things transpired.
Yes.
So I've said enough. Maybe you in your own words can kind of bring everybody up to speed about what that was like. I mean, being not able to walk until 3. Maybe you could tell them about your therapy. Maybe you can tell them about when you first got into motocross, because that was the family business.
Yes.
And then we'll talk about your lovely grandma and what happened on Easter.
Yeah.
How's that?
That's right.
Okay, take it away.
So on it's 3 years I was starting crawling like what Paul said, or what my word said, like a pig, because I can't balance myself. Until that time, after 3 years old and 4 years old, starting to have a little bit balance, but not really quite. So 5 and 6, that's the time that I need a guide to walk. And that time I went to the doctor to have a therapist, but it's a really expensive one. So the one who shouldered my expenses for the therapist is my aunt. So it's been 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is the time frame that I am starting my therapist.
So from the ages of
4, 5, 6,
until
7,
7,
yes.
You were with a therapist.
Yes.
And that therapist was basically teaching you how to walk.
Yes, walk and carrying some stuff, like heavy equipment from the light one to the heaviest one. So it's really hard for me because I need to gain more weight and gain more strength and sometimes I don't use my right hand. I use my left hand all the time.
Okay. And so now you're 7 years old. What was it like in school?
Different.
Yeah. Did the kids treat you differently?
Let's just say if there's a bully, I'm more like opposite on that. I am the bully person.
Okay. All right.
So even though I have a disadvantage of being a normal kid, but I use a lot of time prepare exercise and then going to school using sketches.
Okay.
So and wheelchair sometimes.
Okay. And so you were actually in a wheelchair for a while.
Yes,
Okay.
for at least 1 year.
For at least a year.
Yes.
Okay. And then at the age of 9,
Yes.
if I can remember correctly, you
Yes.
got involved in the family business of motocross.
Yes.
So you got from a child at the age of 3 that couldn't walk
Yes.
to a child at the age of 9
Yes.
that had previously been in a wheelchair
Yeah.
that is now racing
Yes.
motorcycles.
Yeah. On that 9, I'm using small bikes,
Okay.
which is in my father was making that small bikes from the bigger bikes. He just transformed it to small bikes for me, because for that it's supposed to be not me on doing that business, but my brother was a little bit chicken out. So I just forced myself to do it, because if no one will do it, it's just a waste.
So you're a girl. You're 9 years old. You've been growing up with this malady and overcoming all of that, learning how to walk.
Yes.
Your brother, who I assume was physically capable,
Yes.
he just mentally wasn't ready for it.
Yeah.
You said, to hell with it, I'll do it, and I'll help.
Yes.
Because it helped the family, right?
Yes.
It helped earn money for
Yes.
the family. Okay. And then you did that for a number of years.
Yeah, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, like 5 years or more.
Okay. And you were competing. You were
With-
racing.
From 9 years old, I compete for kids, and then from 12, I competing for amateur,
Okay.
and then from 13 to 15, 13 to 16, I compete a bigger.
Okay.
And from that 16, I stopped at least 6 months when
You
I was 16.
stopped.
Yes.
And what happened on Easter that caused you to stop racing when you were 16?
During Easter time, we're supposed to having a celebration for having a anniversary with my grandma. Hope she's okay now.
Who raised her?
Yeah. So I get a feeling that there's something wrong on it. So I went to get my bike and then prepared going to the flower shop and to the big shop to get the flowers, everything.
Because it's Easter and it's also an anniversary.
Yes.
And as you were, I'm not gonna put words in your mouth here, but from what you told me, you were returning from the flower shop. Your grandmother was on the back of the bike. She wanted to go with you, which was kind of unusual. Is that correct?
When I'm going to the flower shop.
Oh, you're going to the flower shop?
Yeah.
Not okay. All right. So you're on your way down when the accident occurred.
Yes.
And what happened was a van came and hit the back of your bike.
Yes, and I lost control.
And you lost control.
Yes.
You landed in the grass.
Yeah.
And your grandmother landed in the road.
Yes.
And then after that, another truck
Coming in.
was coming in and ran over your
Yeah.
grandmother a second time.
Yes.
And just to get to the quick, so she doesn't have to say it out loud, the grandmother was dead on arrival. And so now you are 16 years old.
Yes.
And of course you stopped the motocross.
Yes, for 6 months.
Because you and your grandmother were very, very close.
Yes.
And then once all of that grief, agony, and sorrow, which I know never really truly passes, but once you got past that much, the most painful part, what did you do? Did you just pick up and you get back on the motorbikes and start riding again?
After that, I've been through like depression. I just slowly pick up myself, trying to be happy-go-lucky, but they're still painful though. But on that time, I need to pick up myself to push more. That I need to do it because that business is from her's name.
Okay.
So I need to protect that business, even though she's gone. So I need to get that business ongoing.
The motorcycle,
Yes.
the motorcycle riding,
Yes.
the motocross.
Yes.
So how much longer did you do the motocross?
It's 16. I stopped in 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 27 years.
7 years.
Yes.
Okay. So just to kind of replay this, you were born and not raised in the family home.
Yes.
You were raised by your grandmother.
Yes.
You were unable to walk until you were 3. You had to go through 3 or 4 years of painful physical therapy.
Yes.
You had to go to school and stick up for yourself because you were the oddball in the wheelchair. At a very early age, you picked up and you went to work for the family to
Yes.
support them. Your grandmother was killed on the back of your motorbike.
Yes.
And after 6 months of grieving, you worked for 7 more months.
Yes.
7 more years, I'm sorry, in the business.
Yes.
In the first video, relayed that you got into another accident which
Yeah.
hurt you severely.
Yes.
And now you've moved forward, and you went to school, and you want to be a dive instructor.
Yes.
And all of this that we're talking about happened on the island of Bohol.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
Okay. So, you're now here in Dumaguete. We were chit-chatting a little bit, and I think that, and we'll take a second here, but what about Dumaguete do you like as opposed to Bohol? Why do you choose Dumaguete? Is there just more to do? Is there more opportunity? Is it more fun? Are you tired of Bohol? Where do you stand on that?
This Bohol, I'll just say it first. Bohol is a little bit not really crowded, but a boring part.
Okay.
Sorry, it's a boring part for me because I've been living there for a long. Then I get a little bit more. I need more. I need to expand my
Sure.
self to travel new. So when I done the work diving, I travel a lot, and then I found this place, the Dumaguete. It's more like fun and enjoyable, and the people here compared to the people of Bohol, the people of Bohol is a little bit serious.
Okay.
Compare here.
Okay.
They're friendly, but Bohol, if you're encounter someone, they will just hit hi, but they won't respond. But here, when you said hi or hello, they will respond to you and talk a little bit.
Yeah, you know what? I don't want to compete with Disneyland, but I think you'll agree with me that here at the old dog compound,
Yeah.
it's the happiest place on
Of
earth.
course, absolutely.
So, anyway, the next time you guys are having a bad day and you got a little ache and you got a little pain and you're griping about your arthritis and whatnot, maybe you can kind of think back on this story here. And maybe when you're feeling a little grumpy and you're a little down and things aren't quite going your way, I don't know, maybe thinking about Anne's story. It's perseverance. It's a can-do attitude. It's I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to give in. You know, I don't know about you guys, but I feel like I've just really been blessed and enriched by this story today. This woman's not only beautiful, but she also has, I don't know, she's got a conqueror's soul.
Wow.
She has, you know, if she was living in the 1500s, she would be like a knight in shining armor, I think. Because there's the only thing that I think stops a lot of people are ourselves.
Yes.
And I think that we just tend to say no, we can't, as opposed to yes, I'm going to.
Yes.
And I'm not here to preach. I'm not, you know, trying to be some sort of motivational speaker. The motivational speaker is right here. But that's what I took away from the story, that in spite of consequences, you can choose to do one of two things. You can be like her brother, who can kind of wimp out and say, no, I don't want to be a part of that. And I got to figure he's back over. I don't know about your brother. I don't mean to disrespect him, but he's probably over in Bahal doing nothing.
No.
But she's over here in Dumaguete trying to make something happen. And the only thing that's put her down for the moment is the COVID deal. And as soon as that lightens up, she's going to be teaching some diving, making some money. And I bet you if we catch up with her in a couple of years, she's going to have her own dive shop too. So anyway, that's the old dog coming at you. I hope you enjoyed the video. I know you guys have made a lot of comments. A number of you guys have requested that you contact Ann and get to meet her. And so I told her I would relay that information to her, and then that would be that. So I make no promises or guarantees. I'm not a dating service, but I really like Ann. She's someone that I respect and someone that I admire. And I thought that it would be a good time for you guys to get to kind of see the woman beneath the woman, if that makes any sense. So once again, I want to thank you for watching. This is one of our last broadcasts from the chicken couch.
Oh.
But we're coming at you from the new apartment. Now, do you promise to come over to my new apartment?
Of
and do some more
course.
videos?
Yes.
All right. Anything last words that you want to say to the folks out there in YouTube land?
Well, if you are doubting yourself, just push yourself there. Don't say no, just push it.
All right. Well, I'm going to push the off button. Thanks for watching, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.